Hey guys, this video I'm going to talk about what setup I use for mobile paint repair. I'm going to share with y'all the details on the tools and equipment I use to do a mobile paint job for basically my retail or commercial clients. So let's do this. So I get asked a lot, hey, what do you use for when you spray your base, your clear coat, what type of gun setup do you have, etc., etc. I have experience in using the conventional HVLP air compressor type gun and also the HVLP turbine type gun. So my experience in using the turbine HVLP gun is about 17 years. I love it. There's a lot of pros that I like about having the turbine set up versus the compressor. And the number one reason that I prefer to use turbine than the air compressor is there's no water or oil buildup in your line or in your gun, so there's no need for filters. Basically, from your turbine goes into your air hose, and then from your air hose goes into your gun. It's direct air. There's no oil, no water. I don't need any filters. Runs off of 110. So let's just say I'm out and about at a residential house or I'm at a dealership. They have regular outlets, 110. I plug into that and everything in my trailer runs off of 110. I never pop a breaker or circuit. Keep in mind that doing the mobile paint repair, you're doing a spot, small repair. You're not doing a whole car. So this is more for the mobile paint repair industry, and turbines work fine. The guns that I use for the turbine setup are actually CapSpray guns. 3M bought out CapSpray some years back, but originally these guns were made and tailored for the wood cabinet industry, the refinishing industry. And they're great guns. I mean, I've sprayed all kinds of paint and metallics and pearls through these guns, the turbine guns, and I sprayed the conventional air compressor guns, the SATA guns, and you cannot tell any type of difference in when the metallics lay out. The atomization of the paint coming out of these turbine guns is pretty damn good. So I don't have any problems with the flop or the color or the metallics. It's just it's a great setup, and I love it because I've been using it for 17 years. I've been doing the mobile paint repair, and so having the convenience of using the regular 110 outlets, there's no start and stopping time or build up pressure. Whenever you're ready to spray, you press that button on the turbine. It shoots direct, consistent pressurized air into your gun. At the cap, it's about 11.5 psi, and it's consistent. It doesn't fluctuate, it doesn't go up and down. It stays on, and it gives you that consistent flow of air pressure. So there's no oil and water buildup. No need for filters. One of the other good things about having the turbine set up is you don't pop a breaker. A lot of times, some mobile paint guys might have air compressors in their trailer, and it's either too small of a compressor or it's too big of a compressor. If it's too big, you'll have a big tank, you have a lot of water buildup. You get to that house and it kicks on to fill up that tank, so you have that pressurized air ready when you're spraying. But as soon as it kicks on, sometimes you pop that breaker on that house, and then you have to go and pop it and figure out which one. It's just a hassle. Turbine, you don't have that issue. Now, do keep in mind that if you have a turbine set up and you're running your turbine at the same time that you're running the DA, say your helper's using the DA, and you have another helper using the heat gun or whatever, and they're all running on the same line, you're pulling all these amps, it's still gonna pop the breaker. Same thing as in your house. You have this wall where your refrigerator's plugged into, you turn on the toaster, you turn on the coffee maker, and you're using your hair dryer, and it's all running off the same electrical line or the same circuit in your house, it's going to pop that circuit. So I try to just, you know, tell my guys or tell anybody out there, if you're gonna use a turbine setup, just use one at a time. You know, you use the turbine, turn it off, then do the DA, and then if you got to use the heat gun, use the heat gun. So that's one of the other benefits of having the turbine set up. The other thing that I like about turbine is I can put it on my mobile cart. I have a little push cart. It's like a Rubbermaid plastic push cart, and my turbine is sitting at the bottom of this cart, and then I have my sandpapers, my blocks on the top of the cart, and I can push it around and basically work on any side of the car without having to worry if my hose will reach or have to move the car, or say if my trailer, I have it parked like 15-20 feet away. You know, going to and from your trailer, it could take 30 seconds. But you do that enough times in a day, 30 seconds, you do it 20, 30, 40, 50 times, it's going to add up, and you're going to spend 20, 30 minutes. And that's time that you can save by having everything close to you. Do your prep work, do your paint work, all that stuff. So, you know, that's what I have to say about the setup that I use, the HVLP, using the turbine. And it's a great system, guys. I love it. The turbine that I use, it's actually made by CapSpray. It's a Titan 6-stage HVLP. I'll leave the info for this turbine setup and the gun in the description below. If you have any questions, just comment, let me know. And I mean, this turbine's been running strong for years. On my guns, the AccuSpray, I have a siphon cup gun, and then I also have a gravity fed gun with PPS liners, and it works great, guys. I clean the guns very good, about once a month, where I dismantle the spring, I'll pull out the needle and take off the caps, soak it up in thinner, brush it off and clean it, let it dry, put it all back together. And I've yet to have any problems with my guns. But I'll leave the info for the types of guns that I use. They are very hard to come by. They are out there in the market, but there's very few limited suppliers that actually sell them, and they are quite expensive. You know, but for the price of these guns, it's almost about the same that you would pay for one of these SATA guns. But let me tell you, if you take care of your guns, regardless if it's a SATA or if it's one of these AccuSpray guns, you take care of them, they're gonna last you a long time. If you don't take care of them, you don't clean them, you bang them around, they're gonna fall apart. Whether it's a SATA gun or, you know, a $800 or a $2,000 or whatever type of gun you have, they're gonna fall apart if you don't take care of them. But great guns, great turbine. So with that being said, if you guys have any questions, let me know, comment below, and let me know if y'all have any other things y'all like to know about, basically how I do the mobile paint repair. Just shoot a comment below, and I'll make a video for you guys. All right, check y'all later. Peace.